Hello, everyone. Oh my gosh, it has been a hot minute. As you can hear, I am still sick. So 2023 is not going off any better than 2022. And I really don't want to talk about all of it because I feel like it's been a year of just me being sick, and I've just been talking about it. And well, I found out this week, it looks like I might have to have another operation. So it looks like I'm going to be going back into the hospital for some more operations. I've been super, super sick. My immune system is still really, really low. They're trying to figure it out. So, same old, same old. So I think this year I'm going to be stepping back quite a bit. Whoops, I got gesso on me. I'm going to be stepping back quite a bit and maybe just getting a video out here or there. I've just got a lot going on, y'all. So, I really do appreciate your prayers. I'll see you when I see you. I'll try to do videos when I can. But as of right now, I'm not going to be forcing myself to try to do videos just for the fact that I am really struggling right now with a lot of health issues and medical issues and a whole bunch of things. So anyways, all that being said, that's why it's been a hot minute. But Happy New Year, 2023. Here we go. I am hoping it will get better. Please, Lord, it's got to get better. I call 2022 the year from hell, and it's looking like 2023 is kind of following in its footsteps, but hopefully not. Hopefully this is just a little bump in the road. But anyways, so today we're going to be in Acts, and I am going to be using some really cool printables that Diane Noble sent us in our Embracing God's Word Facebook page. And again, I'm so far behind on the whole Embracing God's Word and all my other sites that I'm just going to do stuff here or there when I can. New year, we're going to start in Acts and how it's called The Gospel on the Move. This was part of the printable that Diane had in her with all these other pictures. And Acts, if you're not familiar with Acts, you need to read it. It's pretty cool. It's got a lot of things going on in Acts. But Acts is the story that covers more than 30 years from the time Jesus rises from the dead and ascends into heaven to the trial of Paul at the end of Acts. So it's about 30 years that takes place in Acts. Acts is also how the church is born, and it's how the gospel is on the move. So it's pretty cool where the Church of Jesus Christ is born literally right in front of the same Jewish leaders who had schemed Jesus's execution just a couple weeks earlier, or a few weeks earlier. And surprisingly, the men behind the church movement, it says in this book that I'm reading, are the same disciples of Jesus who scattered when the temple police arrested Jesus and who hid while the Roman soldiers crucified him. So these same disciples, who ran away, are now preaching with boldness. And the courage they show by preaching with such boldness shows that they truly did see Jesus rise from the dead, because that is the only thing that could really make them switch from being like super duper cowards to super bold preaching the word and willing to give their lives for it. And so Acts is really how the gospel moves from the little area they were in, to all across the whole kind of Middle East area. Let me see, it sprawls. It was through the Roman Empire. It sprawled throughout like the whole Mediterranean world. And so it reached like Israel, Egypt, Syria, Lebanon, Turkey, Greece, Italy, like Cyprus, Crete, all these areas. So the gospel started where, just in Bethlehem and Israel, that little area, and then it just kind of spread. So gospel on the move. So that's what we're going to be journaling today. So I am going to take my white acrylic gesso that I always have here on the table. And I'm going to see if I can open it. Open it. And I have my little, glass piece here. So I'm going to just squeeze some of this out onto here. I don't know how much I need. If we need more, we can grab more. I'm going to grab my palette knife. So you see it here. Let me see, am I on camera? And I'm going to just take some on my palette knife like this, and I am going to just kind of rub it onto the page. So I did gesso my page, but here I'm kind of gessoing it again with my palette knife. But I did put a like soft layer on with a paper towel. And this is just going to give the page some texture. I just wanted to do some kind of mixed media today. I've really missed being creative, y'all. I have been in bed sick. I ended up in the emergency room a couple times. Apparently I caught that RSV that's been going around, of course, because my immune system is super duper low. And apparently I am catching everything and its mother this year. I never get sick. And this year, oh, you know, so I got that and strep. And I haven't had strep since like high school. So yeah, I ended up with a really bad case of both. And I couldn't breathe, I was coughing up blood at one point because I really like tore my throat up with all the coughing and such. So yeah, it was not fun. So that's what I've been doing for the new year. Oh gosh. They're really trying to figure out and get my system back. And then I've been having some hip problems because of my whole Achilles. And now I went into the doctor today and they found out I have a bone spur and something called, hip something or other. I forgot the name of it, but you know what that means? It means another operation. Yay. So, and another big long recovery. So it looks like I'm going to be in and out of the hospital again. So yeah, it is what it is. I can't even anymore. I have to laugh because otherwise I'm going to cry because I'm really worn out, y'all. Really, really worn out. So I just need to breathe and just kind of take it day by day, I guess. Okay. I think actually I want to add a little bit more texture, add some more of the thicker pieces. And it's going to take a little bit longer to dry. I know if I have that much thick, but I just really like that texture to it. So anytime you want to add texture, just use your palette knife and just, whoop, just add little clumps of whatever. It could be paint, it could be gesso. And you can color this gesso if you want to color it, but I'm going to do like the smooshing technique and we're going to add color. So let me just grab all this and I'm going to just wipe this off. Okay. Let's dry that. But it's good to be back crafting. I miss it. I haven't been able to do much of anything other than lay in bed, lay on the couch. I haven't had any energy whatsoever. And for those who know me, it's driving me crazy because I'm so active usually. And the fact that I have to lay around and not go to the gym or not be able to do anything because now my hip is really giving me problems and my back, and it's affecting a whole bunch of stuff. My neck, my back, my hip. I haven't been able to really be active and it's killing me. So I want to be on the move, like the gospel in Acts. I want to be on the move. And being, still is kind of driving me crazy. So what I need to do probably is a study on being still before the Lord and being quiet and resting and being still. But I feel like it's been a whole year of that and I'm kind of over it at this point. I'm ready to get to be my active self. Okay, it's still a little damp there. Okay, well, hopefully it'll dry as we're doing things. Okay, so the next thing I want to do, so these printables, aren't these gorgeous? And of course, you know, I'm from Texas. Well, not originally from Texas, but I live in Texas now. And so, you know, I got to have some country in here. So I loved the horse and the boots. And so that, you know, being the gospel on the move, I love just the idea of the boots and walking the gospel around, or, you know, riding horses. And so I picked these images with some flowers and such. But since the images here have like this pink and green, I'm going to play off those colors, and I am using spun sugar, shabby shutters, and even some of this peeled paint, perhaps, maybe to add like a little bit darker green. We'll see how it looks. So the first thing I'm going to add is the spun sugar. We're going to do the smooshing technique. So grab your glass, you know, whatever. And I am looking, and it's looking like this might not be pink enough, but we shall see. So I'm going to grab some water, spray that, grab my plastic little baggie, dip it in, and then we're going to add the pinks. Yeah, it's pretty light, but we'll just keep adding color. Let me go like this. We'll just keep adding more and more and more. And I can always go in with watercolor too, I guess. But I do like this color. The more water you spray, the more you can kind of smoosh it into bigger, splotches versus little dots, if that makes sense. But I hope you all are having a great start to the new year, and I hope you had a great Christmas, great New Year's. I hope you are all healthy and happy, and everything's going well for y'all. I did miss y'all. It has been a while. Let's go like this. Let's add a little bit more. I'm going to go some on this side too, you know, to draw in both sides. Get that a little bit more. And the weather has been kind of cool here in Texas, which has been nice. Getting a little cooler weather, sweater weather. Love sweater weather. Let's see. Okay. Let me grab. Let's dry this layer real quick. And I'm looking at let me see here. Oh, I'm going to grab this Victorian velvet too. This little one. I'm going to see if I can add a little bit darker color. Let's see if that'll maybe just brighten up that pink just a tad. Oh yeah. Okay, I like that. So I'm adding some Victorian velvet as well, just to get some little bit brighter, darker pinks going. I think most of the collage part, the images are going to go right here, so I really don't have to do a lot in the middle. but you know, I always do a lot and then it ends up being covered up. But it's fun. The process is fun. Whether you cover it up or not, the process is still fun. So have fun with it. Who cares if you cover it up? Enjoy the process. I do have fun just fooling around, creating. I really do miss making some junk journals, y'all. I know it's been a while. I just didn't want to start a huge project knowing that I probably wouldn't have been able to finish it. And right now it doesn't look like I'll be able to finish a huge project right now anyways either, at least for a little bit until after my operation and I heal from that. So I might have to wait a little bit again. Now let's add some green. So I'm going to grab Shabby Shutters. Come on. And we're going to... Ooh, this one was way juicier than the other one. Look at all that ink on my glass right there. Okay, so we're going to... add some of this green in spots. Squish it around. Do some like right here. Ooh, that was a lot. That's just kind of all gathered right there. So if you put too much down, just dab it with your paper towel and it'll pick up a lot of the color. So don't ever worry about making a mistake. I know that a lot of people are going to be starting Bible journaling this year. It's a new year. A lot of people try something new. If you're here for the first time, welcome. Welcome. It's exciting. I love it. I love to be on the journey with you. Excuse me, y'all. As you Bible journal and, you know, discover maybe some things that you like to do, something new. It's fun. So welcome to Bible journaling, and don't ever be afraid to just create in your Bible. You can always fix mistakes. There's really nothing that you can really do that's a major mistake. I spilled a whole bottle of ink on, not a whole bottle, but like I spilled like a whole bunch of it on a page once, and I thought it was the end of the world. But I just covered it with some stickers and it was fine. So you can always fix your mistakes. Ooh, I'm liking this. Look at how cute this is looking already. This looks like shabby chic look. I don't know if you can tell on the camera, but the texture from the gesso is shining through. And I'm not sure if okay, so I'm looking here and it's got some of the light green and some of the dark green. So I guess I'll do a little bit of this peeled paint. We'll just do a little bit. And we'll see how it looks. Be gentle. Spray it with water. And grab your... We're going to just do a few little dark areas. Or darker green areas. Ooh. And there we go. Just a couple little darker areas. You don't want to overwhelm the page with too much dark. Okay. So try that. Layer, layer, layer. Layer, dry, layer, dry. Just keep your heating tool moving. I love these like little dark pink and green areas, the lighter. Love that. Okay. So another thing I want to do is I'm going to take all my little printables and we are going to just use brushed corduroy on them and kind of ink up the edges a little bit. It'll help them stand out just a little bit. Can't really tell on this one, but maybe tell on the horse a little bit more. I just printed these on copy paper, just regular old, copy paper. It's not thick. You can print these on cardstock if you want it to be a little thicker. But I just had copy paper in my printer. I was like, okay, I'll just print on that. So it's a little bit flimsy and it's a little bit harder to ink these edges up because they are so flimsy. I am just literally just running this over and wherever it hits, you can see like the ink coming on certain areas. So it doesn't have to hit every area, but you'll have darker spots, lighter spots, and it kind of gives it that little, if you want to try to get it in the little crevices, you can try. But, it just kind of gives it that little, again, that rustic look. I have a feeling like a lot of my inks are starting to be dry up or be done. I'm going to have to go get some more. I haven't been to a craft store, y'all, in so long. I guess one good thing of being sick and being like homebound or in the hospital or wherever I've been, just on the couch and not wanting to go anywhere is I save money because I have not been to any craft store in, gosh, months now, I think it's been. At least a couple months, maybe even, more than that. So I guess that could be a good thing. Okay, so I'm inking up all these little, so I did, fussy cut these out ahead of time because otherwise, it's kind of boring watching me just cut everything out. So I did that yesterday, just fussy cut these. And then I printed out these boots again, just little ones, different sizes. So with my program on my computer, I can take the pictures and size them, resize them, or flip them if I want, and I don't know what program it is. It's just some kind of little art program. It's not a major one. It's just, you can only do some basic things with it, but you can size your pictures and stuff. So that's kind of what I do. Okay. So let me see what else I want to do. Okay. I do have this stamp and it's kind of look like, again, like wood or, like the whole country theme to it. And so I want to add this stamp in certain spots. Now, the thing I hate about wooden stamps is they're very sturdy. I mean, the good thing is they're very sturdy. They're big or whatever. But one thing I like, I wonder if I can get this. I could peel this off. Maybe. Ugh. It's kind of glued on there pretty well. One thing I like about, like, if they were like adjustable, I can kind of just press the stamp into the place that I want it to be versus having this big block. I wonder, let me see if I can. You probably are all cringing, like, don't do that. But to me, I would probably use it more if it's not on this wooden piece. So let me see if I can. I don't want to totally ruin this, but hang on. Got it in my lap and I'm yanking on it. Ugh. Ah, success. And I know you're all probably like, no, I can always stick it back on there. But see, now it's flexible. So I can just kind of stick the stamp where I want it to be. And I like that better versus the wooden, like, you know, if I wanted the stamp to be like, you know, rectangle, flat, and the whole thing to be on, the wooden stamp's great. But if I want, I usually like more of a not as clear, you know, like I want it to be just in certain spots or to fade off in certain areas kind of thing. Like something, let's, so I just press down in like a certain area. See, like that. Whereas if it was all on the wooden thing, you would have more clear image. Does that make sense, y'all? I hope that makes sense. That's one thing why I like the cling stamps better. Those acrylic stamps, because I like to bend it like this and kind of have it just in certain areas. Ooh, I like that. So that's giving it a little bit rustic look, as well as if you look on the gesso pieces, it kind of fades off or fades in because the gesso is giving some little texture there. And I like that as well. So it's not like a very clear image. It's just like just in the background. And I like that. Ooh, yeah. So I'm just rubbing ink on it, and then I'm just gonna see, just in certain areas. Oh, this is fun. I'm so weird. I know I'm weird, y'all. I know. Let's see where else. Let's just put a little bit like right in there. Oh, yeah. Cool. Okay. And then the thing, super duper easy thing with distressing, because you just spray it with water and rub it right off, and there you go. Clean stamp. And then I can just stick it back on this book piece. There we go. Voila. Okay. It's starting to look a little rustic. I am loving it. I'll just make sure that's all dry. And then the next thing is we're going to start gluing. So let me grab my glue stick. Let me cover my distress ink. And let's figure out where all these things are going to go. So I like the boots there. Maybe the flowers. Maybe like that. Maybe the boots need to move over a little bit. And I'm just fiddling, y'all. Fiddle, fiddle. We'll have the horse go like over the flowers. And then I loved these letters because it's kind of, you know, that's how Axe kind of went, kind of spread. Other than word of mouth, it spread through letters. And so I like that image and the little key right there. I like that. And then maybe this is going to have to go over a little bit. Gospel on the move, maybe right there. Trying to fit it all on the page. Somehow when I was doing this earlier, fiddling around with it, it all fit fine. But no. Well, we'll just go like that. Okay, so this has to go first because that's the back piece. Okay. Let's just do it over here. And I feel kind of like I haven't really done much for the Lord this year because I have been so sick. I feel like am I helping spread the word in any shape or form lately? So I've been kind of struggling with that myself. Just, you know, what does God want me to do right now? And when is he going to heal? I need some healing, y'all. I really, really do. Oh, I like that right there. So maybe you are all struggling with something as well. How do we want this? Maybe we'll have that kind of sticking up. Yeah, I like that. I've been struggling with, you know, what does God want me to do with my life right now? I thought it was going in one direction at one point, you know, and then, you know, he kind of switched gears on me a little bit. So I'm trying to figure out, you know, what does he really want me to be doing at this moment in time? Okay, I'm trying to squish this under here. Have this horse kind of coming out like that. And then we'll have that kind of tucked back there. I'm getting glue everywhere, as usual. That's okay. I want this to be maybe a little bit more tucked behind, maybe. Or maybe more like this. On that kind of angle, perhaps. Let's get some glue under there. Let's do these little ends. I don't want to cover up the boots so much, but I like, maybe we should just put it up here. Does that fit like right under there? I don't know, what do y'all think? Should we put it up there? And so what for this, if you can see, I just took some black soot ink and with the ink pad just went like this along the edges, and then I kind of scraped the paper over the pad if you want to get this kind of effect. And I kind of just like kind of did that with the paper, so you get this little effect with ink. So just, if you know, just scrape it along the little ink pad, and that's how I got that like frayed look. Maybe like right there, gospel on the move. Gospel on the move. Y'all, I don't know where I want to put this. Or maybe, the good thing about glue sticks is you can readjust things. Maybe that. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. So let's just re-glue this. do the little wiggly squiggly here. What is it? Okay, what's the problem here? I'm fiddling too much. Sorry, y'all. Y'all know I fiddle. Okay. And then we're going to put the title up at the top. Sometimes I don't like always having the title at the top, but this one, it fits better up there. We're just gonna put just like that. Okay, and then I have these little pieces. We're gonna move over onto this side. So again, just these little flowers. Same thing, I just resized them. We're gonna just add a little to this side. All those little pieces that are sticking up. And then let's do the boots. These boots are made for walking. I haven't worn my cowboy boots in a while. I was just thinking about that. I need to. And yes, I'm going to cover up some of the words. If you don't like to do that, then, you know, you don't have to. But again, this is my journal Bible. So this one I can, you know, I have a study Bible that I don't cover up the words on for sure. But this one's specifically for journaling and, you know, artwork and such. So I don't really mind. Oh, pretty. Okay, let me. Why is this little piece not wanting to glue? And then finally, the last thing I want to do. Okay, I'm gonna move all that, move all this. I'm going to get a little bit of water here and get a little bit of my, these are some of like kindergarten watercolors, some watercolors that I picked up at a garage sale or something along the way. And I'm gonna do, I think this brown. So I'm gonna get my brush in the water and go onto this brown. And I'm gonna kind of just, do I like that brown or do I like, I think I need a little darker brown. That's like a reddish brown. Maybe I'll mix it with some of the black and get a little bit of like a shadow kind of thing going. And I'm just gonna go around. This in a few areas, I think. But now that I'm doing it, I'm not really liking it so much. I'll just shadow this out a little bit. And I'll just do it. I was gonna do it around the whole thing, but I'm looking at it now and I'm like, it's okay. So I'm just gonna do it in just a few areas so it looks like, you know, it was intentional. Just for some shadow, some shading. You can do this with a crayon. You can do it with distress ink. You could do it with, I don't know, colored pencils, whatever you want. I'm just doing it with some watercolor here. And I'm kind of mixing the black and brown together to form like a little shadow. Give it a little bit of dimension. Let's do some at the bottom of the boots. Dip it in water. Spread it out a little. And then I'm gonna do some on this side of the boots. And then a little bit under. That wasn't a little, but we'll spread it out. That's good. Let me think. Let's do a little bit under the sign up here. And there we go, y'all. There is our page. I'm gonna date stamp it. So don't forget to date stamp your pages, because you will look back on them one day and be like, oh yeah, I remember what I was going through during that time, or whatever it may be, or oh yeah, you know, I forgot I did that in February or March or whatever. So let me bring it up to the camera. Pretty. I love it. I love the colors. Okay, so there it is up close. I don't know if you can see here the texture from the gesso. It just gives it that, and when you feel it, you can feel the texture. So I like adding just some texture to pages and not having the pages just all flat all the time. And then the little stamping, it just gives it this rustic feel. Country rustic feel. So Gospel on the Move. Acts is all about how the gospel started spreading across the world, and how the disciples got super bold after they saw Jesus rise from the dead. So maybe this will be a great encouragement to y'all to be bold in sharing your faith, to be bold in spreading the gospel in some shape or form this year. Maybe that you can make that your New Year's goal this year, is to in some way talk to somebody about the gospel, or you know, be a little bit more vocal about it, maybe more than you normally are, whatever it may be. But Acts is a great motivating book to read if you sometimes feel shy to talk to people about the Lord, or to make your beliefs known to others, or whatever it may be. Acts is a really good book to read for that encouragement. So I encourage you to read it. So thank y'all so much for joining me. I appreciate y'all. I'm so glad to kind of be back, but I'm going to be in and out very sporadically. I'm so sorry, but it's just, it is what it is right now. And hopefully we'll get everything, you know, healed, cleaned up, operated on, whatever needs to be done. And I will be back to 100% one of these days. I just haven't felt myself this whole year. And I've been really off between being sick and the operations and recovery time and just all the medication I've been on. I really feel weird. I'm definitely not myself. So I'm really trying right now to get back to myself. But I appreciate your prayers, and I thank y'all so much, and I'll see y'all in the next video, wherever and whenever that may be. Have a very blessed day. Bye, y'all.